friends, Miss Katie from Heritage Ways here, and I want to talk to you about the abundant life, my great desire to reach out and accept the abundant life. I've designed the hashtag John1010 challenge, and I just want to share it with you and see if together we are not interested in taking the offer of an abundant life. This month, y'all, we're going to focus on drinking for an abundant life. We want to consume healthy beverages, good clean water, and beverages that do not contain sugar, or at least processed sugar and sweeteners like that. So that's what we're going to talk about this month, and I hope you'll join in. Make sure to go to heritageways.com, click on the blog post that says hashtag John1010 challenge, scroll down. You'll see documents that you can either print out or you can open up and just read on your device. Keep it in mind, friends, I designed this challenge for myself because I need it. These are things that I need to work on, and I thought if I need to work on them, there may be some chance that somebody else needs to as well. So I pulled out one of my favorite cookbooks. It's True Healthy Mama. The John1010 challenge is not in any way affiliated with any company or any plan or anybody else except me at Heritage Ways. I'm not being sponsored by any products or paid in any way to tell you about any of these things. These are my opinions. But I want to share what I'm going to do. Every Sunday, I plan to make a batch of earth milk, and that's what it's called in the cookbook. I want to walk you through making that. And I pulled out a lot of ingredients. Don't let those scare you, because I pulled out some substitutes that you can use so the drink doesn't contain all of these ingredients. I will be making this on Sunday and probably consume half on Sunday and half on Monday. I'm going to be doubling the recipe and putting it in a 2-quart jar. I love my canning jars. All right, let's talk about how to make earth milk. Sometimes you just don't want to eat a salad. This is good detox, good cleansing, and that's why I'm going to start every week in June out with this drink. Honestly, this is not something I have the time or the inclination to make on a regular basis. If you do, that's great. In the cookbook, I've put a post-it note and I've written the word good. So it is good and worth the effort. All right, we've got, it looks like oolong. I was told once upon a time the proper pronunciation is Walloon. But we've got the oolong or Walloon tea, and the recipe calls for 2 bags. Now, I'm going to double this, so what I am making is double what I'm telling you. I'm giving you the recipe for 1 quart, as is in the cookbook. The cookbook says 2 Walloon bags or green tea bags, or you could use 1 teaspoon of matcha powder, and I love that too. This is a good idea if you don't want to buy the Walloon. I did order these, this tea, but you can find it in stores easy enough. So you put your 2 bags in your quart jar. I'm just helping myself out by doubling the recipe. Most of these type of drinks I do double the recipe because I love the drinks. And again, please don't let all the ingredients frighten you. Make substitutions or leave something out if you have to. Okay, so I've got 2 cups of water that is boiling, pure water. I'm going to pour this on top of the tea bags and set it aside for a little bit while we do the next step. And we'll let this steep, but we don't want it to get cold. It needs to be hot when you're mixing it into your drink. So let's pour our water onto the tea bags, straight in the jar. There you go. Set that aside. Okay, the next step is you're going to add, it calls for 1 cup of packed baby greens. I hope you have some in a garden, access to that. I'm not blessed in that way, but these are organic greens from the grocery. And you're going to want 1 cup. Now, to me, 1 cup of tightly packed is my fistful. But remember, I'm doubling for myself. But you're going to want 1 cup of packed greens. This is really delicious. Even if you think you wouldn't like something like this, I think you're going to be surprised. Alright, since the recipe does come from the Trim Healthy Mama cookbook, they recommend that you use 3 dunks of their stevia. A dunk is what they've termed the little measurement that comes in here. I'm going to say we do like their stevia. This is what we use to make our sweet tea. You do not have to have this. Look how tiny that measurement is. You do not have to use this product. In fact, when the girls got started with their Trim Healthy Eating Plan, they would say you do not have to use their products for success. Can't get it. I'm at the bottom. Okay, 3. If you wanted to substitute, there's an idea for a substitution, or the Truvia brand. Don't put yourself in a box where you think you have to just use certain products or certain brands and so forth. Calls for 4 pinches of mineral salt. I use a Himalayan sea salt or Redmond's real salt. If you're adding the MCT oil, you would go ahead and add that now. It says to add 1 teaspoon. Okay. If you're using coconut oil, the solid coconut oil, you don't put that in yet. You're going to put that into your hot liquid. The next ingredient is a ½ teaspoon of sunflower lecithin. It is optional, but it keeps it from separating, the recipe says. I do not have it. I did at the house before we sold the house, and I got rid of a lot of special ingredients, so I'm going to leave it out. The next ingredient is a teaspoon of good protein powder or collagen. I actually have 3 to show you here. This is the Trim Healthy Mama brand, and I've just put it in this jar. We have collagen that I like to buy, get it on Amazon or at the grocery store, and it's really a good product as well. But today I'm going to use in this Young Living protein powder that we really like, and we purchased from Young Living. Mr. Patient is a distributor, and we really like this product very much. It's a vanilla spice flavor, and I think it'll be good in here, especially if you've already got the cinnamon. So we're going to add, it's not much, we're going to add 1 teaspoon. Alright, that is it in our blender. The next step in our earth milk is to take our steeped tea. We don't want it cool completely, we need it still warm. I'm going to fish out the tea bags, squeeze those out. Now, the next ingredient is a ½ teaspoon of gelatin. They recommend the Just Gelatin because that is their product. You could likely use what you have on hand, any all-natural gelatin, or you know what, if you have to leave it out, leave it out. So you add this to the hot liquid. Stir that up. If you were using the coconut oil, the solidified, you would add it now. ½ teaspoon. That's dissolved, and then you add a cup of ice to this. My funnel. let it cool for 10 seconds. That's what the recipe says. And then I'm going to use my Vitamix. I talk about my Vitamix in another video. Love it so much. Okay, we've got everything in there already. We're adding this tea to it. This is what I'm going to keep it in. This is worth it, y'all. It's so good. This is loud. Hold your ears. It said blend it for 1 minute, let it rest, and then blend it again. I just read, too, if you like, I've never done this, but it said if you like it chocolatey, like chocolate flavors, then you can add 1 to 2 teaspoons of unsweetened cocoa powder. I have cacao powder, which is very healthy. I'm going to add that. I'm going to look forward to having this time with the cocoa or cacao powder. That's a raw product, so that's extra healthy. All right, it's rested a few seconds. We're going to run it for 1 more minute, and then it'll be ready. Okay. Fill your quart jar, in my case 2 quarts. Fill your jar a little over halfway with ice. You're going to pour your earth milk over it. Now this is assuming you're preparing to drink it right away. I'll actually be making mine on Sundays, and I'll have this concentrate, and then I'll prepare it when I'm ready to drink it. I already smell that cacao, the chocolate flavor. Okay, fill the rest of it with water, and then I'm going to shake it so it gets cold all the way through, and then taste it. All right. Is it okay if I just put a straw in there? After all, I'm the only one drinking it. I'll taste it with that chocolate. Okay, I love it. It's earthy. It's chocolatey. I may have put a tad bit too much stevia. It's very good. I love it. It's detoxing. Can you imagine something tasting so good and chocolatey is detoxifying? That is very good. I love that. All right, there you have it. Earth milk for the John 10-10 challenge. This is what I will make myself every Sunday. I will just make the concentrate, and what I'll do is I will eyeball it. I will put half in a 1 quart jar. I'll just do what we did here, except I'll be doing it in 2 1 quart jars, and when I'm ready to drink it. So that's what I do to save time. There you go. I hope y'all will join me on the John 10-10 challenge to accept an abundant life that's offered to us. And let's start this month by drinking for an abundant life. Here's to us.